Alright, so new location because we're not
Temporary.
about to do this out there. Because where we usually film is right next to my dad's baby's room. And it's a bad idea. Okay, day. I can't today because homework. Okay. Um, day 4?
Yeah, I believe it's day 4.
Your most difficult experiences or experience. And I'm pretty sure we have the same basic subject.
Yeah, it is the same subject.
Alright, so you go first.
Really?
I have 2 experiences.
2?
Yeah.
Well,
2 that really stick out. One of them is really obvious.
the one that I was involved with?
You were involved with every single one.
But the one that it was me taking you somewhere.
Yeah. Alright, go.
Okay. Well, generally, it's our mother.
She's bots in the head.
And apparently, it's just...
That's why we hate religion. Because
Yeah.
when she would go crazy, she would say she was God. So that's why whenever you mention religion, we either laugh or we won't talk about it. Because I'm not just gonna disrespect you. If you're religious and you believe in God, good, more
Like,
power
yeah.
to you. But I can't. She ruined that for me, so.
Also, the biggest thing was, whenever she would go crazy, she would, a lot of times, target our little sister Heather.
Which is why I'm so close to her. Well, used to be, since Amy and not.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a different story. But probably the most difficult experience was, just overall, her going crazy multiple times. Our dad wound up moving out, and
I hated him
Like-
for 3 months.
he moved a couple blocks away. Obviously you have to love him for staying close. But, it was just him moving out and us visiting him, and it felt like we were just gonna stay with her forever. And then now everything's better for the most, because we're all here now. He did, that's the one, what I said in the message, that he did promise us that we would be together, and we are.
If he wasn't that close to you, I would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, just the general experience of going through everything with her. She went crazy multiple times. We saw her get pulled out of our house and lifted into an ambulance.
Which is why, if you, in one of the last videos at the park, I did it. When we make ambulance man, ambulance boy, whatever references with him, it's because my dad was going to take us into the city. Me, him, our sister Victoria, and the little one Heather. And she went nuts. She didn't want him taking us anywhere because he was taking us from her. And the cops came to get her, and an ambulance came, and they literally had to lift her out. So we were trying to joke with Heather, and that was one of the things that happened. Heather was like, "Oh, you think he's cute, don't you?" So, make fun of Robert rather than, "Hey, look, those cops are carrying the mom into the ambulance."
What else? Well, just her going crazy multiple times, having seen her taken out, seeing Heather upset in general. Just I hate it the most when, she's just crying and there's really not much I can do, and I feel helpless. I feel hopeless. I just can't do anything, and it just eats me.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things that I would say is most difficult was the first time it happened really bad at the house up the hill. Our uncle, Sonny, how many years ago? 7? How old is Heather?
Heather's...
So 9 years ago, our uncle died, and we thought he died in a car accident. It turned out he killed himself. And obviously, my mom freaked out. She had just had a baby, and then that happened. And that was the first time. I can't remember her going crazy, but that's not the time I'm talking about. The first time since we moved back into the city that she really went crazy. She swore that she was God and that we were going to be saints. And Heather was with her, and Heather was crying, so I was trying to get Heather away, and I was, how old was I? Heather had to be 7.
7 or 8.
So I was young, and I was yelling at her, because I didn't know any better, and she was upsetting Heather. I was like, we're not saints. And she was like, oh, it's okay. You're going to be a saint one day too. And that really got to me. And I can't do really because of that. So, yeah. And the other time would be, I was on my laptop. And I was on Tiny Chat, I think, with a couple of my friends. And whatever. And she came and she told me to go to bed. And I was like, okay, I'll go to bed. Just, let me say goodbye, log off, whatever. She flipped. She tried to take my laptop. So I closed it, and I was like, you're not going to take my laptop. It's my laptop. And it ended up being a fight. And she basically threw me on the floor and started bashing my face into my laptop. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he had to walk me to my dad's house. And I haven't seen her since. But I've spoken to her. She's bragged about having the broken laptop. So, fun. I think those are the two big ones that
Another
stick out of
thing
my head.
I remember is when she was in between the actual breakdowns, she would literally go into states where she wouldn't talk. She would sit in her bed and stare at nothing. And seeing Heather try to talk to her and just sit there like, Mom, 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 it was just heartbreaking.
That's why I'm so protective over Heather. That's
Exactly.
why I get freaked out whenever.
I don't know if you guys notice or anything, but when anything happens, the first thing I think of is you guys.
I thought you were talking to that. I was
No.
like, what? We've locked ourselves in the room, the 4 of us kids, and just stayed there. It's like, kind of what we had to do, which is why we're getting closer again now, which is a good thing, except Heather, obviously.
Are you still recording?
Yeah. You can come in. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I just hate that.
Well, you have to close the door. We're not saying it. The night she bashed my face in, the night that she said we were going to be saints, Dad moving out. What else? What's your most difficult?
I don't know. Life?
The thing that I hate most about having all these difficult moments is that we sit here and we look at it and we say, oh, that's what made us closer. Why do the negatives have to make us closer?
Because that's how humanity works. And I think that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people have it worse than us. People will always have it worse than us. And she has recordings. Oh my god.
She actually has recordings of... Oh shit.
Reminiscing.
Ironic song. I don't like you right now.
Oh. No.
Oh.
I'm trying to pause it.
Heather. You hit Heather?
What'd you say?
Maybe we should end this now.
So, you know.
Hey, guess
Anyway.
what? Featuring another person.
Oh shit.
You disrespectful. Anyway, we're gonna continue listening to these, but bye.